Hello to all followers, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about weight training when you're maybe under 18, 16ish, and whether that is going to stunt your growth. Obviously there is researchers out there saying, avoid weightlifting up to a certain age because, stunt your growth, stop anything you developing properly in sort of your bones and things like that. And I'm just going to go over that, give you my opinion on it and a few things that I've researched myself and that I've found. Because there's a lad who follows the Grow Tall Pyramid Secrets, his name's Dave, and he's 15, and he's saying, he wants to grow and things like that. He's 5'4" so he's relatively small, but he doesn't know whether, if he does the Grow Tall Pyramid Secrets, he can grow, but he's also scared that if he does the secret now, then he's going to stunt his growth and then maybe stop any natural development that he would have had for when he grows up anyway. So what I mean is, he's 15, so when he maybe is 17, he might have another 3 inches in him naturally, whereas if he starts weight training now to try and enhance the growth now, to follow the Grow Tall Pyramid Secret now that me and James did, that Lance has taught us, he's scared that he's just going to mess up everything and maybe he'll end up shorter than he would have been originally. So there is research to show that weight training to a massive extent can stunt your growth, and it's all to do with the growth plates in your bones, because bone grows around, it says here, this is something I researched, it says that your bones grow around your growth plates, not from the centre outwards, so your growth plate is the last thing to harden in your body, it shows your bones and your muscles when they're connected together. So this makes it more vulnerable to fractures, which can cause problems in the length of the bone or the growth plates. Obviously, weightlifting can stunt your growth, because if you weightlift and you mess up and you pull a muscle or you break a bone, and when that bone separates, when you've broken it, in the time that it's healed together, you've damaged all of the growth plates in your arm. So therefore, say for example, say Dave the 15-year-old who follows the program, say he weight trains, say Dave's doing a bicep curl, and then he does it wrong, he hasn't got the right form, or he drops the weight, say Dave dropped the weights on his arm, he damages his bone, he breaks his bone, so when that bone separates, when it's broken and damaged, when it then comes back together to fix and to mend, he might then possibly get rid of the growth that he would have had naturally, from growing up and from his parents, inherited things like that. Obviously, no one knows. It's not a fact. No one knows these things, but it is said that obviously, like I just previously said, that your growth plates are very sensitive and things like that. If you damage a lot of them or add a lot of pressure to them, then yes, your growth will be stunted. But I know people who have done weightlifting from the age of 14. And they're a lot taller than me, in the 6 foot 3, 6 foot 4, things like that. So it all depends on you yourself really, but I'd say if I was you, I wouldn't start below 16 unless you really, really want to and you really are committed and you know what you're doing. There's some 16-year-olds who know all the forms, they know how to do the workouts, the chest routines, shoulder routines, leg routines. But on the other hand, there could be a 16-year-old who is doesn't know really a lot about the gym. He doesn't really know how to hold the weights. He doesn't know how to keep his back straight, not to pull any muscles or damage your spine and things like that. So I'd say judge your situation yourself really, whether you think you're capable of judging the situation and whether to do the weights or whether not to do the weights. Ideal age I'd say to start is about 16, but like I said, it all depends on the knowledge up here. When you are weight training, but obviously injury can't be helped. It can be minimalised by doing the correct form and the correct weight and not trying to push yourself too hard too early. But yeah, I'll leave it with you. Just think about what I said in the video. If you are quite young and you do want to follow the programme, maybe wait a couple of years, maybe follow the programme but don't actually interpret it into yourself. Pick and choose what I say in terms of protein, diet, exercises, and then when you do actually do the routine and the Grow Tall Pyramid Secret, you can interpret everything that you've learned over the course of it straight away rather than learning as you go by. So yeah, this is Harry Johnson coming from my house all the way to the Great Hall of Followers.